So of course I'm going to be priming my eyelids, something I always do, and I'm going to also be setting that primer with a light shadow. That way, my shadows don't crease throughout the day, and it also helps, to pretty much highlight that brow bone. And I'm going to be taking a small brush actually, it's a medium-sized brush, bigger than the MAC 217, and I'm taking Cream Brulee by Makeup Geek, and I'm blending that all over the crease. And of course I had to fast forward because you previously seen in the other how I was blending. Now I'm taking this Morphe 35 palette. I'm taking this purple shadow with a Morphe brush, the M441, which is my favorite, and I'm blending that all over the crease. So I'm building the color little by little. I mean, it's a pop of color, so it's not easy to try to get it blended. So just work your way, be patient, make sure that it gets all blended, looks very gradient. Doing the same thing as the other eye, making sure that gets blended very well because we are going to be going in with a darker shade. It's going to be another purple, but it's going to be darker. And I'm using the same palette, the Morphe 35N, I believe. And I'm also taking a RC Cosmetics smaller brush, and I'm focusing just on the crease. And every look I do, I like to focus on my crease for the fact that I want it to look like I have more lid space. My eyelid is so tiny that you cannot really, add much shadows. Like say if I want to add glitter or shimmer, I don't have that space. I wish I did. So with this, I'm giving it the illusion like if I did have a, more lid space, but in reality I don't, which sucks. But just make sure you blend that all over the crease. Make sure back and forth, not blend it as we did with the previous purple, but I'm focusing on the crease, but I also want to blend it so it doesn't look harsh. And I'm taking the same shadow, just pretty much blending it in a fast forward motion because of course you already seen me blending it previously. Now I'm taking Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in Hustle Hard. And I'm using the same brush, and I'm pretty much just defining my crease, but I'm not taking it to the inner nor outer corner. It looks like it, but trust me, it's not. It's nowhere near touching the inner or outer corner. But I'm pretty much just making sure I define it because of course I want that definition on the crease. And I'm doing the same technique as the other eye, just blending it back and forth, and I take it to the inner or outer corner. And I'm going to be building this color up little by little, so I'm just going to keep on adding more until I'm well satisfied with how much product I've added. Taking the brush M441, I'm just blending all of those colors together because of course I did go ahead and define that crease, and I want to make sure we have no harsh lines, so I'm just going to keep on blending everything to make sure there is nothing that looks harsh. So just be patient with it. And with the same brush with no additional product, I'm going to be blending the rest of the product on the lid. So back and forth, just blending with no additional product at all. Now taking the Morphe 35B palette, I believe, I'm using that purple shimmery shadow, has pink undertones, and I already did spray with my Fix Plus spray, and I'm just pretty much dabbing that on the lid. Instead of just kind of like swaving it through the lid, I'm dabbing little by little. Taking the same brush with no additional product, I'm just going to make sure I blend that shadow just in case it did get on my crease. So back and forth, I'm just blending it and do not add no more shadow. Now I'm taking the same palette by Morphe the 35B, and I'm taking that darker shade with the same brush. I'm just defining that crease on top like I did previously, but not taking it to the inner or outer corner. It's a purple with blue undertones, so I'm just making sure I blend it on top just so it could look more defined since I have a smaller eyelid. I did realize here on my YouTube I didn't have a liner look, so I decided to wing this, of course. And I'm taking my favorite brush by MAC, the 210, and I believe I'm using the gel liner by Bobbi Brown Ink Gel, number 1. I think so. I don't know. I'll leave that in my description box. I always like to draw out first my liner, then I go ahead and fill it in. It's just like a coloring book. Pretty much you're coloring in the outlines. So what you want to do is create that wing, then fill it out with the gel liner. Taking this Eylure lashes by Vegas Nay. It's my first time wearing them in Grand Glamour, and I literally love these lashes. So of course I'm going to go ahead and coat my mascara so they could blend with the falsies, and I'm using Too Faced Better Than Sex, and I'm using the lash glue in Duo. I think it's the white and pink one, my favorite one obviously. So I did cut those lashes to my eye shape because of course I want them to fit perfectly just to my eye shape where it doesn't bug me in the inner outer corners, so I won't feel them being uncomfortable. And they're very fluffy and wispy, very dramatic, and I love me dramatic looks. I'm like hands down for dramatic looks, seriously. And I go ahead and pretty much just add more liner, and I'm using the NYC liquid liner in black. It's only like $3, I think. Yeah, $3 or 2. But anyways, yeah, I'm just correcting, any mistakes that I have through applying the lashes. And of course right now I'm going to go ahead and highlight my face. I couldn't find my beauty blender or my brush for the concealer, so I'm just using my finger. Either way, your finger fits perfectly for this, for blending. There you go. I found my beauty blender, so I'm pretty much just dabbing all of that, blending it all together. For some reason on camera my face looks like ghost white, but I promise you, person to person, it doesn't. And my concealer matches perfectly. So I'm using a Morphe brush. I'll leave that in my description box, and my Anastasia Beverly Hills banana powder. And I'm just pretty much applying that all over my concealer so it could be set and not crease and move. I'm telling you, I don't really like how the camera pretty much pastes off how my concealer highlight looks. It just doesn't look as good as in person. I promise I can blend. I promise. Taking my favorite pencil brush by BH Cosmetics, I'm taking some of the first purple I used on my crease, and I'm blending that because I am going to, like I did on my crease and on my lid, I'm going to be going in with light to dark shadows. I'm going to be building it up, so I'm just blending that. And I'm taking a flat definer brush, that's what you call it, I think. Can't remember. Anyways, yeah, I'm just defining that lower lash line. So pretty much I'm taking the second purple I used from the palette, and I'm just pretty much defining that area. So I'm going to be building it up, and I'm going to be adding more and more until I get it to the desired way I want it. Taking the same pencil brush, I am pretty much just blending all the colors together back and forth. It is a process for me sometimes, but I like to make sure it's blended. Now I'm taking a pencil bullet brush by the Morphe, the E-Light collection or E-collection, whatever you want to call it. I'm taking that shimmer shadow, and I sprayed it with my MAC Fix Plus spray, and I'm adding it just to those corners, just so it can make my eyes pop a little bit more. With no additional product, I'm just dabbing the leftovers on the lid just to make sure that in case all that shimmer is little by little disappearing, since it does transfer over to my lid. I mean to my crease. Literally, really. I'm just pretty much making sure that I add more shimmer to it. And I'm coating my bottom lashes with this, I can't talk. I really can't talk. You know the drill. I'm just pretty much just coating my lower lashes. You do have two options. You could go with a nude kohl pencil or a darker one. I am going to be leaving in the description box from what companies, what brands they are. And I'm using a Morphe brush. It's one of the new ones from the E collection. And I'm just bronzing my face because I love to bronze my face. For some reason, like I said, my makeup looks like ghost white, but in person it doesn't, I promise. So I have to make sure I balance it out by pretty much just bronzing my whole face. And I love to bronze the hell out of my forehead. For some reason I do. And I'm going in with another Morphe brush. It's a smaller one like the previously one that I used. I'm taking a darker shade in the cool tone. It's from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Palette. And I'm just focusing exactly where I have that defined area in my cheekbone. I'm not taking it all the way inner to where my lips are. Just keeping it very focused near my ear just so it could look very natural contour. Taking this palette by L.A Girl Cosmetics, it's so affordable. The pigmentation is so gorgeous. Honestly, the two blushes I love, the highlighter, the bronzer, it's so nice. It's just like a perfect but affordable palette that anyone can get a hold of. And I'm just using the two blushes. I mix them together, and I'm using another Morphe brush by the E Collection. It's a round one, and I'm just dabbing and blending it on my, my apples of my cheeks, if that's what you call it. And I'm just taking my favorite highlighter, the Mary-loumanizer, and I'm taking a bullet brush for, you know, that area of my nose, that tip, so it could shine bright like a, what is that, like a diamond? I was gonna say like a star. I don't know why, but it's like a diamond. On my Cupid's bow as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab another brush, and I believe this is the Morphe M501. And I'm taking that on my cheeks, just adding some highlighter. This look is already dramatic, but we're gonna make it even more intense with some highlight, which is my favorite. Now I'm taking my MAC Whirl lip pencil, and I'm lining my lips. I don't like to overline my lips too much to where it looks just really not natural, but I do overline them just a little bit, not too much. Now I'm taking this Revlon matte liquid lipstick. I don't know what the shade is. This is like my 5th time wearing it, and I really like it because it's hydrating. It's not too dry, and it's just such a mauve but nude color that pretty much goes with any complexion. And it's long lasting as well too. I feel like it's hydrating but long lasting, which I love for my liquid lipsticks. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I know some of y'all skipped it. I know it. I feel it in here. I feel it. But it's okay though. I just thank you for watching it. I hope you learned how to do this look, and I hope you can recreate it at home with whatever shadows you have at home. I don't necessarily expect you guys to buy expensive shadows. It's not needed. Morphe brush is really affordable, so you should definitely take a look at that. The eyeshadows are popping. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Happy New Year, and I'm gonna bring more looks maybe for Valentine's Day. I'm thinking I wanted to do this look because, you know, I was like, wait, I don't have an eyeliner look, so I was like, let me do some purples and pop of color, since, you know, in a couple months, maybe like 2, will be in spring. So yay, hooray for spring. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, like, watch, show it to your side nigga, your mom, your daddy, your grandpa, your grandparents, your friends, your homies, anybody. Spread the word. But thank you so much for watching.